My sister said no one would ever date me, so she cried when I got engaged before her. My older sister spent my entire childhood reminding me I was the ugly one. It started small. She'd fix my hair before school, then mess it up right before we left. At family dinners, she'd interrupt whenever I spoke. By high school, she'd perfected the art of the backhanded compliment. That outfit is so brave. You're really owning the whole quirky look. Mom never intervened. She treated my sister like a delicate flower and me like a cactus that could survive neglect. When I turned 16, my sister sat me down for what she called a reality check. Listen, someone has to tell you this. You're not pretty like I am. You're going to have to work really hard if you want anyone to date you. Maybe focus on being funny or smart. I believed her for years. I believed her. I developed the personality of someone who thought they were lucky to be included. I laughed too loud at jokes that weren't funny. I stayed quiet when I had opinions. I made myself small. My sister collected boyfriends like trophies. She was engaged twice by 23, breaking it off both times when someone better came along. After the second broken engagement, Mom threw her a pity party and bought her a diamond bracelet. I'd just turned 24. I was working at a veterinary clinic and living with 2 roommates. My sister had moved back home, spending most days on the couch, scrolling through her ex's social media. That's when I met Oliver at the clinic. He brought in a 3-legged cat he'd rescued from a parking lot. The cat was terrified, hissing at everything. Oliver just sat on the floor talking to her softly until she calmed down. When he asked for my number, I assumed he needed pet care advice. Our first date lasted 6 hours. I waited for him to realize his mistake, to see what my sister had always seen. Instead, he kept calling. I didn't tell my family for 4 months. When I finally mentioned I was seeing someone, my sister barely looked up from her phone. That's nice. Don't get too attached. 6 months later, Oliver proposed at the animal shelter where we volunteered together. He'd arranged for all the dogs to wear little bow ties. I called my parents from the parking lot, still crying happy tears. Mom put me on speakerphone. My sister was there. I'm engaged, I said. Silence. Then my sister's voice, sharp and disbelieving. You're engaged? When I got home that night, my sister was sitting on my apartment steps. Her eyes were red and swollen. How did you do it? She asked, her voice breaking. Find someone who actually wants to marry you. I've tried so hard. I'm the pretty one. I'm supposed to be married first. I stared at her. The woman who'd spent 24 years convincing me I was worthless was crying because I'd found happiness. You're not the pretty one, I said quietly. You're just the mean one who convinced everyone else you were. She started sobbing harder. That's not fair. I was trying to help you. No, I said. You were trying to make yourself feel better by making me feel worse. I went inside and locked the door. My sister showed up at the engagement party wearing white. She cried through the toasts. She cornered Oliver in the kitchen and told him I'd always been jealous of her. Oliver found me afterward. Your sister just warned me that you're difficult. He smiled. I told her I was counting on it, but things got worse before they got better. 2 days after the engagement party, my sister posted a long thread on social media about toxic siblings who steal your happiness. She never mentioned my name, but everyone knew. Mutual friends started avoiding me. Cousins who'd known the truth for years suddenly went silent. The post had hundreds of comments, people praising her vulnerability, people sharing their own sibling trauma stories.